I've been watching a lot of Korean shows, like a lot of them, and I'm just like, hey guys, what's up? It's Mayra here, and it has been a very long time since I've created a video because I can't. I really hope that I can create this video without any interruptions. So that being said, let's go, and it's gonna be a review on a book/movie. Yay! Okay, so that book/movie, if you guys don't know, it actually came out this past weekend. And it is Me Before You. So I'm kind of gonna go a little bit on rant on the book and then on the movie, and then my thoughts and stuff on the movie and like just everything about it. But don't worry, you guys, a warning when I start, giving you guys my thoughts and stuff, and there will be spoilers on that. On that note, let's go. Me Before You. If you guys have not heard of that book, it is written by Jojo Moyes, and I actually had it on my list of books to read in March, I think. I'll see if I can post a picture right here for you guys, so you guys can get an idea of what it is. There's also the movie version, which is this one right here, and it is with the cast of the movie. Take a look at the book first, read the book, just so you guys can understand the characters more. Obviously, the movie does not do justice. That being said, Me Before You. If you guys, it's a very chick lit book. It is romantic. It is heartwarming book. Heartwarming? Yeah, that. It is. Point is, it's unbelievable. I was gonna do a book review when I first finished listening to the book, but I thought, why not do book/movie and kind of give you guys a rant on that. So it's here. It came out already, and I want to go see it again. The synopsis of the whole storyline is basically about a young, or a woman, I wouldn't say young, she's a woman, she's in her mid to late 20s. She used to work at a tea place, and it closes down. She has to find another job, and after a long process of trying to find a job, because she's not very great, she finds one as a caregiver, and this job kind of requires her to take care of a quadriplegic person. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically a person who has immobility from here down. So basically he or she can only move from like a certain parts of their body. In this case, Will Trainer can only has movement from neck up and some parts of his fingers. Obviously it's something that she's never done, and she freaks out first time, and after a while things happen, friendship evolves, we learn things, and it's such a great story. Like, Jojo did justice with the story. I'm not usually kind of keen to these books because then I'm just like, oh, just crying all the time, but this one kind of opened my eyes a lot more. You get to really understand Eloise's side of the story, Will's side of the story, and just goes a lot into depth, obviously, in the book. Like, if I could, I would give it a higher rating than a general rating, which is 5 out of 5 stars. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. This book is really a romantic book. The frame is different. Noise. And memory card was full. Oops. Okay, where was I? If you're the kind of person who's open-minded, interruption, kind of person that is open-minded about books or likes to read romantic series, then this is a great book for you. It also is an eye-opener. Like, you get to learn a lot about life and decisions and stuff like that. And it's an amazing story. And I mean, again, it all depends on the person. If you're into that kind of stuff, definitely go for it. If you're not, maybe it's not your cup of tea. So don't worry about that. This the book is about a one-day sitting if you kind of tend to read quite quickly. And it just really kind of depends on how fast you read. It has about 30 plus chapters, I think, or 29. It's a really great book, and you should read it. I even tweeted out Jojo once I finished or listening to the book how amazing it is, and she's like, oh yay, or I don't remember what she said, but she says something, I don't know. So yeah, so that being said, there is my book talk there for you guys. Now let's go over to the movie. Again, I'm not going to go a lot into depth on it either, but let's go. So obviously in the movie, it's the same exact thing. There's some scenes that were cut out from the book to the movie, but you know what? It did wonderful. It's rare to go read a book, go see the movie, and it just get ruined. So it's really great to be able to go in and watch a movie that was interpreted very, very well to the T. Like, it was just perfection. For me, it was great. I give it like an A-, probably like B+ to an A-. There was a couple scenes that were not added from the book to the movie that was very, not disappointing, but something that I really wanted to see more than anything. But you still are able to, like, you know, understand a little bit of like their decisions and stuff like that. I mean, it's a book where you read and learn so much into a 2-hour movie, so you're not going to get everything in there. But so I heard that it was written by Jojo Moyes, and I think I checked it out on IMDb as well. So she wrote the screenplay as well, so she did magnificent to be able to like transition her book into a movie. It was well written, but again, it all just, for me, it was kind of not, well, I guess I would say disappointing, because there's the parts in the book where you get to learn a lot of Eloise, and that was not added in the movie. If you guys, I'm trying to be vague with my words, but you guys may know what I'm talking about. And so that's probably the only thing that I wish that they would have added more detail into it. But again, it's a movie, it has to be shortened, it's book to a movie, and it has to be shortened into like a 2-hour process. That didn't work. But other than that, the movie was wonderful. I loved Emilia Clarke as Eloise. She was perfect. If you guys don't know who that is, which probably all you guys would, she is Khaleesi's. I've never seen the whole show. I want to, but I haven't, from Game of Thrones. And she, from a good friend who came with me, my best friend, she said that she's completely different from her character in Game of Thrones, and obviously Emilia herself did say she's able to express more with her eyebrows, so it's just awesome. Sam Claflin, yeah. He is Will Traynor, or if you guys know him as Finnick from The Hunger Games. And I've seen him in other movies before, and he was really, really good in this movie. I loved how he brought out Will Traynor in the perfect way. Bitter and depressing, and just overall in pain and stuff. So it's just, it was a really great role that he portrayed. And then various other characters. We have, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I was gonna say his like real name, but I had it in my head. Who plays Patrick? And I wish that he had more in the movie. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of him, but he was in it, and he was hilarious, and all the characters in there were so great, and I loved it. So you guys, I mean, then again, it all depends on the people. If you guys are kind of picky on the casting, I wasn't on this movie anyway, so I'm glad. But there's my rant there, and then my recommendation to go see the movie if you guys have read the book. If you guys haven't, it's still really good to go see it. It's a great love story. Well, that being said, I'm done with all my ranting. I will go on to the stuff that I want to talk to you guys and just kind of lay it out there on how this story was portrayed, and spoilers basically. So if you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and comment below if you loved this story, and if you've seen the movie, what do you guys rate it as, and subscribe if you guys want more of this, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Bye guys. Alrighty, if you guys are still here, that's because you guys decided to listen to my rant. Spoilers. Okay, so I'm gonna go from the bad to the good. So the scenes that I was telling you guys about that were not added to the movie, or two of them in particular. One is talking more about Eloise, or Lou's, kind of like past and what happened with her in the maze, and I was hoping to see that in the movie, just so we can see more of like, or understand her and why she's kind of stuck in that town, and I wanted to see that, more of that. But you know what, I guess reading the book, you kind of understand her more and why she kind of loves being where she's at. I mean, you get to go into the castle, but we don't actually see them going through the maze and going through that whole process, which is kind of disappointing. But then again, it's a movie where it has to be shortened into like 2 hours when an audiobook is like 16 hours. So, you know, it just happens. The other scene, now this is just a personal opinion, not everybody's gonna agree, but in those audio, or in the book, they go get a tattoo. And I wanted to see that. Maybe it's a cutted scene or it's a deleted scene, but I wanted to see that. I loved that scene because they both decided to do something where it expresses who they are, especially with Will and putting the date on him. I don't remember what it was like somewhere here. And then with Luz's bumblebee tattoo. So that's what, I don't know, for me that was just kind of expressing more of who they are with the tattoos, like him putting the date of his accident, her putting something that who she is and what she loves and stuff. So that's the only thing that I wish that they added in there. They didn't put a lot. That's basically like the bad stuff on my point of view. The good stuff. Okay. First of all, the concert, the concert going to like the Mozart's, I forgot what it is, like the classical music show. I vividly remembered myself listening to this and seeing them in that moment where he's sitting down and he starts to get an itch on his neck, and so she leans in and she bites it off with her mouth, and then after she's like, well, I'm glad it wasn't on your trousers. It cracked me up when I read the book. So seeing it vividly in a picture, in an image, with Amelia being really funny was probably the best thing ever. I loved that scene. It was magnificent. And the best part was, like, in the book you can't really see the audience's reactions. I think she kind of like sort of vaguely details it, but she doesn't talk about it. But in the movie you see, and like they kind of cut into like audience's reaction, and she's just like biting his tag off the suit, and it was probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and in the books. Then of course the wedding scene where she sits on his chair, and the last scene was when they're in Switzerland and he's lying in bed. This gets to me all the time. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm probably gonna start crying, but that's how much I love this story. That's how much I love this book in the movie. When she runs to him to Switzerland and she lies in bed with him. They don't talk a lot in the movie. That's the thing. They don't express their love as much as they do in the book. In the movie, you just get to see their body language. Obviously, you can't see movement from Will, but you see it in his facial expression, in his eyes. And the book is just kind of, I remember listening to where Lou is just kind of talking and just they're expressing themselves. In the movie, they speak a little bit, right? But his face is what just brought me to tears, and I can vividly see it right now. It brought me to tears because they give each other that kind of like that last kiss, and then they open their eyes and they're still close, like face to face, and he just kind of starts to cry. Oh, and that moment, that for me was like a moment. It's like, oh my gosh, like he doesn't want to, his heart doesn't want to, but it's just something where he's made a choice from the beginning. You know, he's gonna do it because he just doesn't feel happy. He doesn't feel like he should be worthy of staying alive without having any way of living life, you know? And so when I saw his face, oh my gosh, like I'm already seeing it right now, and it just kills me every time because it was just a perfect scene and a perfect way to express how Will felt, and Sam did amazing, and I couldn't hold it in, and right now I'm like, I have a knot in my throat just thinking about it. This was probably my favorite. Oh, and the bumblebee ties, black and yellow stripes. That being said, there you guys go. There's my rant. Yeah, thanks guys. Bye. See you guys.
So you can keep